It's often that we see videos talking about the dark side of Roblox and videos that make you pretty sad learning about these things that have happened on Roblox. But in this video, I wanted to talk about some things that are actually really wholesome and very happy, because while there is bad, there is also a lot of good in Roblox. But real quick, like this video if you guys want to see a part 2, but let's get right into it. Now the first thing I wanted to talk about is something that is super duper wholesome, and this is actually a situation where a Roblox player actually got something for completely free after he was contracted with a very horrible disease. Because this Roblox player, who was known as Person50, apparently had a type of cancer, and his life was actually threatened by this disease, and there was a chance that he might not make it. Basically, there's this charity program called Make-A-Wish, which is something for terminally ill people who can actually wish for something and they get it for completely free, which is an absolutely wholesome and amazing thing. And so they actually decided to reach out to Person50, and Person50 was connected with Make-A-Wish and was able to wish for something that he wanted. So Person50 wished to go to the Roblox HQ and meet all the Roblox staff members since he'd been playing it most of his life. And Person50 was happily able to visit the headquarters, and something super awesome was able to happen. After an amazing day of just exploring the studio and meeting all the admins, he was actually rewarded with something super awesome, because he was actually given a domino crown for completely free, which is worth hundreds of millions of Robux in value.
So I wanted to present Chase with the domino crown.
Ooh.
So you have it on your account now. There for you already. And so I'm gonna get some pens and you can have all of us sign the poster for you if you want.
This is super duper nice, but there's also other occasions of Roblox connecting Make-A-Wish people with their company to give them special things. Like the item the Dominus Frigidus, which is well sought after and many people want and is also one of the rarest items on the entire platform. But I bet you didn't know that this item was actually designed and created by a Make-A-Wish person named Sethy Cakes, who was able to create this Dominus and release it, which is super awesome because his name is cemented in Roblox history forever. He also was given 1,000,000 Robux, which was actually super awesome, and it made him the first millionaire on Roblox ever. And Person50 was able to beat his cancer, which was something super awesome and just a really wholesome end to a great story. But another wholesome moment is that of this small streamer who you may have never heard of. This streamer was named Dark Donates, and he was giving away all of his Robux on the game Please Donate for hours and hours every day to his fans, which is already a really selfless thing, and he was able to garner a really happy and nice community. But over time, he slowly went down and down in Robux until someone actually decided to do something super wholesome. Basically, he was donating his last Robux he had in his account when, as he started to go through with the transaction, he suddenly got a massive donation of 10,000 Robux by one of his viewers. And so here's the clip right here.
This is my last 100, guys, because I'm actually... Oh no! You no! This is a joke! This is a joke!
What happened? What happened? Did you get blimped again? Did you get blimped again? What happened? Vintage, did you blimp him? Who blimped him? Oh, Vintage blimped him again!
He was clearly super happy to receive this donation. It was something super wholesome and amazing, and I honestly think this was a really happy thing to see, as I honestly believe in good karma, so if you give good into the world, you receive good back, and that's honestly what I believed happened in this clip. This next story is a little bit more sad, but it's also very wholesome, and I think it's a story that needs to be talked about. Now to preface this, basically there was a player who was named Lizzy Winkle, who was very active in the Royal High game community, and she was actually well known in the community. Sadly, Lizzy Winkle was very young, and she actually got cancer and sadly did not make it through. And so in solidarity of this, the developers of Royal High themselves decided to build a whole special island and area for Lizzy Winkle's memorial. And the developers actually decided to donate some of the money that they made to St. Jude's Children's Hospital in solidarity for Lizzy Winkle. That is an extremely nice and wholesome thing to do, and I respect it a ton. Now on another note, there's something also very wholesome, and that is a new Roblox game that recently absolutely blew up, which is something that I've never seen done before on the platform. Now this game is called Ubja, and it is actually a game that literally comforts you and compliments you. It is extremely wholesome because it's a game that helps many people, and I believe it is related to mental health, and I think it is a very important thing, and if anyone's in a bad mood, maybe go play that if they like. Basically, as you play through the game, you slowly get told different happy complimentary quotes as you play through, giving you a little bit of a storyline and everything with it. It's actually got a really interesting story to it, so I'd recommend playing it if you'd like. This next story might be one of the most wholesome in the entirety of Roblox history because it has to do with the success of someone you may have heard of named Hasm. And Hasm actually started his time on Roblox just creating some games that he liked to play and stuff like that until he created a game called Please Donate. And Please Donate instantly skyrocketed into immense popularity, and he made thousands upon millions upon possibly billions of Robux from it, which is absolutely amazing, except there was one thing that wasn't so amazing, which is actually that he'd not told his mom that he'd actually become a Roblox developer and achieved all this success, meaning he was holding all this Robux and he hadn't converted it to USD. I'm not exactly sure why he didn't tell her sooner, but at one point he actually decided to go through with it, and he told his his mom that he was a successful Roblox developer. He said his mom was in tears, and it was absolutely amazing because he was able to then DevX millions and millions of Robux and turn it into USD and probably change his life. I mean, the success of the game is immense, and he was able to turn from being someone who made just like smaller Roblox games to someone who was on the top of the platform and actually create himself an extremely stable living situation in real life as well from it. Now basically in the year 2020 there was actually something very wholesome that actually occurred. Now basically there was a partnership between Roblox and a research medical non-profit called JDRF to basically raise awareness for type 1 diabetes. Now basically there were actually a bunch of mini games in the game where you could raise up money and you could actually get yourself some coins which you could spend in the in-game store. And in that store you could get things which you could give away to kids who are newly diagnosed with type 1 diabetes. So that included things like hats and shirts and teddy bears which were given to recently diagnosed patients. This was an extremely wholesome partnership and something that was super duper awesome, and I honestly think it was one of the most wholesome and greatest partnerships in all of Roblox's history. Now this next story is a little bit more complicated, basically involving a few different large YouTubers including Flamingo and someone named My Username's This. Now basically My Username's This made a YouTube video which was very popular, which is basically a music video for a song that he created which was a Roblox parody. And this was actually animated by a few different people and the music was made and stuff like that, and apparently over time it turned out that people weren't paid for what they did for the video, including someone named Java Creates who animated the entire video and barely made any money from it. And so he actually over time got more and more angry and just was not paid by My Username's This, so he actually reached out on Twitter and talked about the incident. Now according to Java Creates, the money that he lost had been about $2,900 from the ad revenue, which had just not been paid to him by My Username's This at all. And so when the absolutely massive YouTuber Flamingo learned about this, he decided he would change this and do something about this. So basically Flamingo decided to actually send 2,900 USD to Java Creates to pay for this for completely free just out of the kindness in his heart. And Java actually refunded it because he didn't want to take Flamingo's money, but it was just absolutely wholesome. Such a nice thing from Flamingo himself. And this is one of the many things he's done. He's just a very nice guy in general. People love Flamingo because he's got a very funny personality, but he's also very serious and nice to people when people need it. After this, basically My Username's This apparently tried to scam the people who made the video and actually did not give them their money. Basically Username actually said that he would be quitting and not paying anyone who made the video, except one of the people who actually worked on the video decided to copyright strike and take down the video, and then after that My Username's This paid everyone before leaving the internet. And an honorable mention for this video is that of all the donations that I've received from the Please Donate game. As I mentioned earlier, it's just an amazing game and there have been many positive things that have come out of it. I actually used to make live streams on Please Donate giving away Robux, and that's how I got to my first 1,000 subscribers on my channel a couple years ago. It's pretty awesome to see how much Please Donate has done for so many people, and I think it's a very wholesome story and it's got a very great history. There's also many other Make-A-Wish items on the platform, and it's just a very awesome thing that Roblox has partnered with Make-A-Wish to give away these awesome things to many people. Always remember, while there may be bad news for Roblox and in real life, there's always wholesome things going on and there's always ways to take things in a positive light. While the world may have dark and sad days sometimes, there's going to be positive things that always can keep you pushing, and always if you spread love, you'll receive love back.